Greetings, Virgo, and welcome to my YouTube channel, One Who Sees Tarot. This is going to be a general reading for the month of September 2021 for those of us born in the zodiac sign of Virgo. Virgo family members, my spirit guide has already been invoked and the cards have been anointed, shuffled, and cut according to the amount of times and directions given to me by my spirit guide, and so with your kind permission, may I begin a look at and an interpretation of the sacred tarot for you for this time cycle, okay? Alrighty, okay, Virgo. Some of you are getting ready to make some repairs, or some of you are doing something with your hands. Now, I'm going to be more specific and tell you who I'm talking to. Be mindful and not be distracted, okay? So those of you that are working with your hands, whether you're doing repairs, whether you're doing construction, even if you're cooking, I want you to be mindful. Watch your fingers, right? Pay attention to what you're doing. If you're going to stop and talk to someone, then pull your hands all the way back, stop and talk, and then put yourself back on task, okay? All right, let's begin and see what the sacred tarot has to say. I was going to say sacred, the spirit, and the tarot at the same time, and the words came out together. So let's see. Okay. Oh, I love your cards. Okay, so you're coming into this reading cycle. Some of you may have received some type of a gift or something, because it looks like there was a pleasant surprise that was bestowed upon you. Some of you might even find yourself with child, but I'll come back to that if necessary. But I do see very pleasant surprise coming through for you during this time cycle, Virgo. And I also see the World card in the center of your reading. The World card in the center of your reading has to do with opportunities and doors that are opening for you. Some of them are opening for you because you're following your intuitive hunches. Let me try it one more time. So the World card is speaking about doors opening. It's speaking about things being available to you. It's speaking about a portal somewhat, where you're going to pass through into a different time in your life, a different level in your life. Now, the High Priestess is supporting that energy. And when I say supporting it, I'm talking about you're following your gut feelings, you're following your hunches, you're following your intuitive guides, okay? It's a very good time for you, Virgo, as it relates to spirituality, studying anything that relates to spirituality. It's also a very good time for you studying anything that relates to the sciences as well. There are some intuitive connections between general intuition and the hard sciences, if you will. So I do see that happening for you. I also see some quote unquote reality check. So in other words, some of you are coming to a place where you are actually accepting things for kind of like, just seeing through things, seeing things clearly. And you have a good way of doing that, Virgo, because you have high standards. And so this is definitely the idea of you seeing clearly. You see people for who they are. You see things for what they are. You don't necessarily need to change them. You need to put them in a perspective and in a place where you can handle them. That's all that's going on right now. Some of you are having some very positive energy as it relates to children. Definitely see some positive energy as it relates to children. It looks as if you're going to be traveling, some of you, to go visit some children. That's interesting. I do see you coming to a place of professional quality, mastery, governance, power, that type of thing. The Queen of Wands is what I'm looking at. The Queen of Wands is really kind of represents you as I am perceiving it in this spread. It represents you as a person that is clear about what they want and how they want it. This person is also clear about what they know they can do in the way of their tasks and their professional training. I do see where you are making the right decisions about love, so don't be afraid. You are very, very clear about what you want in relationships at this time zone. And the Queen of Cups is presenting herself, saying that you are listening to your gut feelings. You are listening to your intuition as it relates to hunches and vibes and things like that, as it relates to love, specifically affairs of the heart. The Queen of Cups is saying that you're making the right decision based on your own experiences, and it's going to be fine. I also see the Justice card, which is a very positive energy for those of you that might be dealing with the Libra during this time. Those of you that are dealing with a Libra, and Libra is very powerful during this time. I'm definitely seeing a lot of Libra energy. So Libra is very strong in your life, very, very positive in your life. However, the secondary interpretation of this card, it is the Justice card. It does speak to anything that relates to official matters, parking tickets, all the way down to leases and contracts. Very, very positive energy for you during this time. I also see the Wish card. Can't beat that. Looks like this is a time when you're on like this all-time high, Virgo. This is a good time for you. In fact, I know there's something going on astrologically. You might want to consult your YouTube astrologer or your personal astrologer. There is something very positive going on for Virgo during this time, during this month of September. You are one of the significant and key zodiac signs, but your wishes are coming true. Very, very good, very, very good energy for that. I also see the Ace of Swords upright. And the Ace of Swords upright in your final outcome does indicate a mental breakthrough. It's an aha, an epiphany moment. There it is. I got it now. I know exactly what I want to do. I know what's missing, and I know what I need to do to get it right. That type of thing. And this could also be with physical and material things. You may be working on a puzzle, or as I was mentioning earlier, working with your hands on something, and you may be wondering what is missing. So I see that. Nice energy for you guys, Virgo. Real clear and crisp type of energy. Some of you are dealing with a new passion, possibly even a new love. It could very well be that you're coming into this cycle feeling that way, but you also have these mixed feelings. The mixed feelings of the Ten of Swords, feeling stuck, feeling as if someone stabbed you in the back. So you're feeling like you want to embark on something new in the way of relationship, but at the same time you're feeling the pain or the stain possibly of some past experience. And we're going to talk about that in a few moments because I see a few different places where that is showing up. I do see a card that speaks about you not being so open, willing, and giving with your time, your money, and your energy during this time. That's important also. Yeah, there is this idea of you going back to something that hurt you, going back to something that betrayed you. You have that in two different places in your spread. And the Spirit is also showing me a card that speaks about healing. So this idea of you going back, it's not going to last. So just go through this time and work on keeping yourself positive and looking forward. Also work on your appearance, Virgo. It's a very important time for you to work on your appearance. Some of you are allowing your appearance to go in a different direction because you're working so hard, paying attention to others, the needs of others. Right now is a time for you to get a little more self-love energy going on. Some of you are waiting for something and it's not quite there yet. There are some mysteries that you can't understand. There are some things going on behind doors or backstage, if you will. Some things that are going on that you can't see because we're not omnipresent. But there is some very positive energy for you. You're entering into a time of abundance. Also a time, particularly those of you that are in the creative arts. The Empress card is presenting herself. She is somewhat of a Venus energy. She's about artistic endeavors, artistic expressions. Even those of you that I mentioned who are doing something with your hands and creating something, she's about that as well. And this Empress card is about growth, abundance, and multiplication. So it's taking you where you are and it's building you to a broader audience, to a larger perspective. This is also a very good time for school for you. A very good time for school, completing life's lessons, completing certificates, licenses, degrees, and diplomas. Definitely important time for that. I spoke earlier about the positive energy of the Justice card, and now you have the matching card or the complementary card, which is the Hierophant card. It's about documents, leases, contracts, tax statements, immunization, immigrants, immigration papers. Anything that's an official document is working in your favor during this time, and your ancestors, your guardian angels, are watching over you, and you're making very good decisions. Do not worry about finances. You're going to be fine. I also see this is also a very good time of those of you that are interested in relocating and or moving to a different place, even a different state. The Spirit just told me thank you. And I do see you breaking free from limitations and things that you felt had you bound. Once again, you have that healing energy. The Three of Swords is in reverse. That's that healing. So when I talked earlier in your spread, talking about where you were and this idea of looking back, this is a healing energy that's happening for you as you move through this cycle. I also see the Wheel of Fortune upright. And Wheel of Fortune upright is all about doors, opportunities, things turning around in your favor. Very positive energy aligned with the World card that I spoke about in the beginning when I talked about a portal or you going through to another level in life. Very positive energy for you, Virgo. You definitely are one of the stars of the month of September. The Knight of Swords is upright. Very good news is coming for you quickly. Good news is coming for you quickly. The person who is giving you advice, though, is what I want you to make sure we're clear about that. Somebody's talking to you, they don't exactly know what they're talking about. Let's separate those two energies. There is good news coming to you. All right. Someone is trying to advise you. That person, you need to get a second opinion. That person presents themselves as a professional, as someone who has knowledge, specific knowledge, but they're missing the point during this time for you. There is this idea of a new love coming into your life. I think I spoke about that earlier in the reading. Definitely. I also see a strong possibility of you dealing with a positive Leo energy. There might be some positive Leo energy. The Strength card, which is the Leo card, and the Strength card is all about you actually demonstrating the mastery of your circle, right? It's about you having self-control. It's about you taking control of a situation. And you're good at that too, Virgo. Okay, I'm going to stop there. Those of you that heard something that resonated with you, you'd like to come in for a private consult, the information is on the screen. I do have some openings for this week. In the following week, the week of the 20s, I have some other projects going on, and you'll hear more about them later. I'm also embarking on another arm of my business slash ministry, and that is life success coaching, where I help people set goals, create goals, realistic and long-term goals, audit their progress toward those goals, also finding your spiritual gifts and identifying yourself and making sure you maintain that identity in relationships. All right, I'm going to stop there. Those of you that heard something, reach out to me. If you'd like to come in for some life success coaching, reach out to me. Stay blessed, Virgo.